Welcome back to Goku 5's Top 12 Most Overrated Movies list. And again, just to reiterate, I just want to say something. I'm not saying that all these movies are crap. Some are, but I'm just simply saying that they're overrated. And I gotta throw this in at the last minute. Now, I know it's top 12, and I know sometimes I throw in halves, but with this one, I had to throw this in at the last minute because I just recently saw most of it. 10 1/2, I have to mention this one. Paul Blart Mall Cop. This one gets word of mouth award. Well, that and money. It made over $100 million at the box office. How? What I find more insulting is that some people say, "Dude, this movie kind of reminds us of you." Look, guys, I don't look like that anymore. And I used to be a security guard a long time ago, but come on. This movie was bland. The jokes were drier than hell. And it was not. Just plain was not funny. In fact, every movie that they've tried to rip off Die Hard has fallen flat on its face. I remember in the mid-90s they made a similar Die Hard rip-off movie where terrorists take over a school. Okay, why? Is there a lot of money in there or something like that? In case you haven't noticed, the school budgets are like low. I don't care. It's just, this film was way overhyped, and never not once did I laugh. Sorry. Anyway, solid number 10. You might want to sit down. We're going to be here a while. And for the record, the only reason why this movie is not much higher on the list is because now everybody agrees with me this movie's crap. Now everybody agrees with me this movie's overhyped. But you know what? That's not what you said in 2002. And again, it pains me to put this on the list, but I have to. And again, it should be higher. But the only reason why it got demoted on my list is because now everybody agrees with me. You knew this was coming. Number 10 is Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now, I know what you're thinking, what could I possibly add to the prequel bashing that Harry S. Plinkett hasn't already said? What could I possibly add to what DW hasn't already said? What could I possibly add what Eric of Doom hasn't already said? Plenty. I could do a whole 2-hour special on why I dislike the Star Wars prequels. I could do a whole that, but we're just going to specifically talk here about Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Before I do, I will tell you why I count this as overrated. In fact, this is our first movie on the list that qualifies for all three. Critics, money, and word of mouth. Why? Because critics all said this. "Oh, Lucas has solved everything. The prequels are fine now. Go see it. He fixed it all." Now, I will confess this to you. I kind of forced myself to like The Phantom Menace the first time I saw it, because I'd waited so long to see a new Star Wars movie. But the more I saw Phantom Menace, the more I disliked it, and the more flaws I saw, besides Jar Jar, and so on. So when Episode 2 came out, I was a lot more skeptical. In fact, I refused to watch this movie until a week after it first came out. I did not see it on the premiere date. I waited a week after. And when I did, I constantly asked people who had seen it, and they all said the same thing to me. "Oh, don't worry, they fixed it. It's all better now, dude. They fixed everything, man. The Jar Jar has a minimum role, the acting's better, the plot's better, everything all makes sense now. Go see it, man. It's so much better than Phantom Menace." I disagree. Yeah, you heard me. You know, I could go on and on and on about Star Wars Episode 2. I could talk about this. I could talk about midichlorians. I could talk about Jedis. I could talk about Siths. I could talk about all this nerdy crap and whatnot. And you honestly won't care. So, how about I just keep it short, sweet, and simple why I did not like Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I'll just summarize in one word why, in my opinion, this is the worst Star Wars movie out of the six. For me, this is my least favorite Star Wars movie. That's right, I actually hold Phantom Menace slightly higher above Attack of the Clones. In one single solitary word, why I dislike Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Boring! This is the most boring Star Wars movie ever! Star Wars is allowed to be many things to many people, but Star Wars is never, ever supposed to be boring. Ever! And to whoever the hell says Empire Strikes Back is boring out there. This was hands down the most boring Star Wars movie ever. And by the way, don't give me this crap because you just don't like it because of the love story. First of all, what love story? And second of all, what's one of my all-time favorite animes? Ranma One Half, that's a love story. Inuyasha, that's a love story. Tenshimuyu, that's a love story, sorta, kinda. So don't give me this crap that I didn't like it because of the love story. Fake love story. It was blah. Ugh. Ugh. Look, Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, for me personally, it's my least favorite Star Wars movie. That's right, I actually hold Phantom Menace slightly above Attack of the Clones. Because at least the pod race scene was interesting, at least the double-edged lightsaber battle fight at the end of Phantom Menace was pretty good. And the you all know. At least Phantom Menace had some interesting moments. 2 was boring from beginning to end. Here, you know, well, let's review the whole movie. Oh no, I'll get in trouble for copyright, won't I? Not if I just show you still clips. So come on, let's review the whole movie. Okay, opening. Padme's nearly assassinated. And then it's over. Then it's followed by a scene with talking. Followed by a scene with talking. Followed by a scene with talking. Followed by more talking. Followed by more talking. Oh goody! A car chase scene in Coruscant! And then talking. And then we're going to be talking with the younglings. Followed by more talking. Followed by talking. Followed by more effing talking! Followed by, ooh, nice aliens and clones, but they're talking. Oh goody! A shootout between Jango Fett and Obi-Wan. Oh, well that's over real quick. Followed by more talking. Followed by talking. Followed by talking on Tatooine. Talking in space. Talking with Count Dooku. Followed by more mother effing talking! Then finally, at the end of the movie, I was screaming at the movie theater. I was looking at the screen saying, something please happen. I wanted somebody to do something. This is Star Wars, not Star Whores. You're not supposed to stand up there and talk. Start shooting at each other. Do something.
Do something. Do something. Do something.
Finally, at the end of the movie, the clones start attacking the droids. And I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Finally, shit starts happening. At last, there's a big battle scene. And then I remember thinking to myself this in the theater. Oh, wow, this seems pretty good. Maybe this movie can save itself. Followed by the shortest lightsaber battle in history. This is the battle where Anakin loses his arm. And Anakin, the future Darth Vader, is a pussy. He's a complete pushover. I remember seeing the previous for Episode 2, and I saw Anakin holding 2 lightsabers, one in right hand, one in the left hand. It's going to go dee, 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 and whatnot. And I'm thinking, this is going to be awesome. He's going to fight with 2 lightsabers at the same time. Little did I know that the entire lightsaber fight scene was shown in the whole preview. Because that was the shortest lightsaber fight ever. I'm going to get you, Dooku. Ow, my arm. Padme. Will you marry me? You're the future Darth Vader, and you're acting like an emo. Maybe that's why the girls like him so much. Christopher Lee was the only good character in this whole damn movie. But like I said, finally when stuff started happening, finally when the Clone Wars actually happened, I start saying, yes, we're finally at the Clone Wars. Now let's see what happens next. Then, I had never been more pissed in my entire life to see movie credits. Then, I actually vividly remember this. I was sitting in the theater with my jaw to the ground saying, that's it? That's it? I have to wait 3 freaking years to see what happens next? Lucas! Are you... George Lucas, you know what I should have said at the end of the credits? The credits should have said, so long, suckers, thanks for the money. That's what it should have said. Now, I know what you're thinking. So what could have been done to save Episode 2? You know what Lucas should have done with Star Wars Episode 2? I'll tell you how he could have fixed this whole damn movie with a very simple move. He should have started the movie where it ended. It's called freaking Attack of the Clones, not emo Jedi meets overconfident senator. Oh my gosh, and the acting was terrible in this film. I don't even know what the hell the critics were thinking. The acting was horrible. It made Jake Lloyd's acting look good. Like the scene where Padme was nearly assassinated. Remember the scene where she was nearly assassinated? She was smiling. Hi, Yoda. My handmaid was shot just 5 minutes ago. I was nearly assassinated. Do you have any idea who could have done that? Well, somebody's out to kill me, Anakin. Will you protect me? Yes, lady, somebody's trying to kill you. You seem awfully confident. One of these days I'm going to talk to you about what I would have done to fix Star Wars. If I had a magic wand and I could take George Lucas's Star Wars rights, I would remake 1, 2, and half of 3. You know what I'm saying? We got to save Star Wars.